What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel for another 4K Blu-ray review. And today's 4K takes us back to 1997 for the comic book movie from Todd McFarlane. Spawn. For the first time on 4K, Arrow Video again put out this banger of a set. Let's check it out. It's a standard slipcover. Inside, 2 4K discs, theatrical and the director's cut. And then in addition, much like all Arrow releases, we get a nice poster. There's Spawn. And then, got that. And then don't forget about the pamphlet they put in here. Little booklet with some essays. Talk about the film, as well as how they restored it for this release. So, always a nice read. This definitely takes me back to my teenage years. Spawn, created by Todd McFarlane and Image Comics, which was the alternative to DC and Marvel. This was actually a really good comic, and I loved reading it, so I was super excited to actually get the movie. And in the 90s, we only had Batman and The Crow. Blade didn't come out until 1999, so I was really excited to have another superhero comic book movie, even though it's dark and gloomy. Spawn, the anti-hero. Now I can see why there's some people out there that don't really like this movie. I get it. But from my perspective, this is a fun comic book adaptation that checks all the boxes. Comedy, action, horror, and a little sci-fi fantasy. That's everything I was into in the 90s, and this film delivered on that. Now I know some of the effects are a bit dated, and they look like crap nowadays, and some of the dialogue is cheesy. But this is still a fun movie, and it's only 90 minutes long. Perfect for someone like me. Now, when this was released back in 1997, it was cut down to get a PG-13 rating, and that's 96 minutes long. In addition, like I said, you also have the 98-minute rated R director's cut, and I watched both back to back. Now, the director's cut has a little more blood and guts, more language, and a little more sexual innuendo. But I could go with either one here. They both look and sound great. Let's get into it. After being double-crossed by his boss, government agent Al Simmons is burned and left for dead on one of his missions. He descends into hell, where he is given the choice to come back to see his wife once more, as long as he leads Hell's army for the devil by wiping out mankind. He turns into Spawn, a superhuman agent for Hell with unprecedented powers and skills. He vows to seek revenge on the man that killed him, Jason Wynn. Arrow Video went back to the camera negative for both the theatrical and the director's cuts of this film. I have only owned this film on DVD, so seeing this new 1:8:5:1 image in Dolby Vision HDR is quite the sight to see. Arrow really went all out. The film is as pristine as ever, with exceptional clarity and sharpness. While the film is more dark and dreary than colorful, I did find the day shots exhibit exceptional color detail. Most of the film takes place at night and inside, which looked great for the most part. Black levels and shadow details looked spot on with good range of shading. Facial tones also looked good, especially Clown's blue and white face paint. My only real issue is the special effects in Hell. The 4K transfer makes them look worse than ever. With that being said, this is a great transfer, 9 out of 10. Audio was presented in DTS 5.1 HD, which sounded great for the most part. Action sequences took full use of all speakers across the board, with nice ambient effects coming from you on all sides. Explosions, gunfire, and the occasional one-liner were in your face for the bulk of the movie. Low-frequency effects had some nice low range, especially the explosions. Dialogue was clean and clear. The soundtrack was reminiscent of the late 90s fantasy-style movies. Don't forget about Marilyn Manson's song, Long Hard Road Out of Hell. 8.5 out of 10 for the audio. In terms of special features, you had a new commentary track as well as the legacy commentary track, a new interview with Michael Jai White, who played Spawn, as well as D.B. Sweeney and Melinda Clark, an interview with the special effects supervisor, new interviews with the editor, as well as the music supervisor, a ton of legacy featurettes, interviews and storyboards, art gallery and a trailer. My only gripe is, the music video for Marilyn Manson has not been included. 9 out of 10 for the features. As I said, there's some people out there that don't like Spawn, but I've been a fan since 1997, so this was a must-own for me. Plus, Arrow Video again put out a banger of a release. I'd rate this movie an 8 out of 10, and overall this release from Arrow gets a 9 out of 10. Well, that's today's review. Come back again. See what else I'm up to.
Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, bruh.